Welcome back, friends. I hope you enjoyed my previous video on how Noon makes money inside the UAE's e-commerce empire. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. To watch my previous video on Noon, head to my channel page or check the link in the description. Today, we are diving into Port Strike Explained, how one strike cost $15 billion. In October 2024, port workers went on strike for better wages. The strike lasted just 3 days. But in those 3 days, it cost the U.S. economy an estimated $15 billion. That is about $5 billion per day. For context, that is more than the daily revenue of Amazon, Apple, or Microsoft. In this video, I'm explaining what happened, why it matters, and what it reveals about how fragile global supply chains really are. Section 1. What is a port strike? A port strike happens when workers who load and unload ships stop working. In the U.S., this is managed by the ILA, International Longshoremen's Association. Think of ports as the highway intersection of global supply chains. Everything coming from Asia to North America goes through a port. When port workers strike, nothing moves. Containers sit. Ships wait. Cargo can't be unloaded. The 2024 strike affected 36 major East and Gulf Coast ports, representing nearly half of U.S. containerized trade. Section 2. Why workers went on strike. Workers wanted better wages and job security. Port workers. Physically demanding, dangerous, inconsistent hours, relatively high pay compared to many union jobs, but still contested. Average longshoreman makes $120,000+ per year, including overtime and benefits. Workers wanted roughly 77% wage increase over 6 years, job security, protection against automation, better benefits. Management said, "We can't afford that scale of increase. Automation is inevitable. We're already competitive." They reached a compromise after 3 days. 62% wage increase over 6 years. Some job protections. Better benefits. Workers gained leverage, but the economic damage was done. Section 3. What happened during the strike? For 3 days, major U.S. ports essentially stopped operations. Before the strike, dozens of container ships waiting to unload. Normal capacity, 1-2 ships waiting. During the strike, ships couldn't unload. Cargo was stuck. This ripple effect. Retailers couldn't get inventory. Black Friday was at risk. Manufacturers couldn't get components. Auto plants faced shutdowns. Consumers couldn't get products. Shortages possible. International trade slowed dramatically. The strike threatened Black Friday sales, Christmas shopping season, construction materials delivery, auto manufacturing, electronic goods availability. This is why ports matter. When they stop, everything stops. Section 4. The economic impact. The $15 billion cost breaks down as lost productivity up to $7 billion, ships idle costs $50,000 and $100,000 per day per ship. Port workers idle. Truck drivers idle. Factory workers idle. Retail operations disrupted. Supply chain delays up to $5 billion. Manufacturers waiting for parts. Retailers waiting for inventory. Extra shipping costs, companies rerouting cargo. Warehousing costs, nowhere to put cargo. Consumer impact up to $3 billion. Price increases on goods. Product shortages. Lost retail sales. Why so much in just 3 days? Because modern supply chains are lean. Everything is just in time. Companies don't hold extra inventory anymore. They rely on constant supply. 1 3-day disruption means no buffer inventory. Production delays cascade. Prices increase to cover extra costs. Consumers pay more. That $15 billion? That did not disappear. It got passed along to consumers as higher prices on everything. Section 5. Who paid the price? The cost was distributed to retailers up to $6 billion, Black Friday inventory delayed. Had to pay premium shipping. Lost sales as consumers could not find products. Manufacturers up to $5 billion. Auto plants could not get past shutdowns. Electronics manufacturers delayed production. Extra warehousing costs. Shipping companies up to $2.5 billion. Ships idled, which is expensive. Had to reroute, resulting in higher costs. Customers unhappy. Consumers up to $1.5 billion. Higher prices on goods. Fewer products available. Inconvenience. The interesting part, workers who went on strike lost wages during the stoppage but gained leverage in negotiations. This shows the incredible leverage one group has on modern supply chains. Section 6. How supply chains are adapting. After the strike, companies learned key lessons. Lesson 1. Don't rely on just-in-time. Companies are building buffer inventory. Costs more, but protects against disruption. Lesson 2. Diversify ports. Instead of routing all cargo through one port, spread it across multiple ports. If one strikes, others can handle overflow. Lesson 3. Nearshoring. Move manufacturing closer to consumers. Reduces dependence on long supply chains. Shorter supply chains equals less vulnerable. Lesson 4. Automation. Ironically, the strike accelerated automation. Companies investing in automated container loaders. This reduces reliance on human workers and strikes. Lesson 5. Supply chain insurance. Companies buying insurance against disruptions. New industry emerging around supply chain resilience. That is how 3-day port strike cost $15 billion and revealed how fragile global supply chains really are. Key takeaway: supply chains are optimized for efficiency, not resilience. One disruption and everything breaks. This is changing. Companies are investing billions to make supply chains more robust. Next video: how to prepare for supply chain disruptions. Subscribe for more supply chain insights. Thanks for watching.